Good day, family. How's everybody today? I wish I was in a better mood when I'm talking about what I'm going to talk about today, but there's no way to. On my birthday, May 14th, a knucklehead, racist, drove 200 miles from the confines of his nice home and community into Buffalo, where he walked into a predominantly black grocery store and shot 13 people, killing 10, including 2 great-grandmamas. Now, I won't say his name because he's not a human being. That's an evil spirit. And it bothers the shit out of me that we continue to deal with these type of people after they have committed these type of offenses against our people. And it goes back hundreds of years. This shit ain't new. But what is the pretending like you can get something good out of something evil. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Donald Trump ran on the slogan, "Make America Great Again." When the fuck was this country ever great? When you think about slavery and Jim Crow and all of the racial issues that divided people from all nationalities in this country, when was it ever great? So when you talking to people making it great again, that was code for making it white again. Making it white owned, white run, white money, white business, whites in charge, white house, whites in Congress, making it right again. So y'all sitting up here voting for a motherfucker who, I have friends of mine, white guys who are really good guys, who voted for Trump because they liked his economic ideology. And that's what they said to me. Caliph, his economic, it's for me, but what they did now is they did this. They turned a blind eye to his social activities throughout his life. So let's put a little bit on the table. His granddaddy was a pimp. That's what you call it, right, when you run whole houses. So his granddaddy was a pimp. His daddy was in the New York Klan. Busted in a Klan rally. So we're talking about a man who comes from sex trafficking and white supremacy. He spoke out against the Central Park Five when everybody in America knew them boys didn't do it. Wrote an op-ed in the New York Times talking about they were guerrillas, need to kill them, get rid of them. And when they was proving that them boys didn't do it, he still refused to apologize. And that is because he is a monster. He is. Just because somebody does a few good things, you got to look at their track record. He walked into the office talking about, we got to do something about them niggas down there in Mexico. We got to put up a wall. We got to stop them coming in. What happened to bring us you're tired, you're homeless, you're weary, right? Ain't that what the Statue of Liberty is all about? No, don't bring them niggas from down there. We ain't getting their best. We getting the rapists and the robbers and the murderers and the killers. Scaring good white folk who didn't think like that initially. Now you look at the Republican racists across this country, and they are taking their words straight from the David Duke playbook in the 1980s. I swear to God, you can hear things that David Duke talked about. Replacement theory. Replacement theory. That means that blacks and Mexicans are attempting to replace white folk with black bodies so that they don't have a vote in the future. See, you have white folk out there that are terrified because of this. And so because of that, they're voting their fear, not their hearts, their minds, the future. They're voting the fear of not being included. Right? which is the reason why they held on to slavery as long as they could. Oh my God, the black man ever get in control, he's going to get even. Well, guess what? That ain't our thing. Don't fuck with us, we won't fuck. That's not our thing. Black people in this country don't have a history of riding around. That's their thing. Look at the Klan. Kill niggas, hang niggas, rape niggas. That's what they think. Black Panthers never talk like that. Black Panthers said, all power to the people. All the people. You never hear Minister Farrakhan, who has spent years talking about being a separatist. But you never heard Minister Farrakhan say we're going to go around and kill white folk. You didn't hear that even from the most extreme brothers. We don't say that shit. Because we value life. Many of our friends, let me say it like this. There is a rise of hatred in this country that I have wrote about, I've been talking about in my books for the last 20 years. The problem is nobody want to talk about that shit. You don't want to talk about what's simmering beneath the surface. But what happens when you don't talk about it, it fucking explodes and blows up the whole goddamn house. We have a race problem in this country. Okay? Different colors. I'll give you a perfect example. Black folk don't traditionally like blue police officers. You wear the blue, we have problems. We don't trust you. We don't want to trust you because of your history. Now, police officers have a big problem with the black community. Many of them have been fed all kind of stupid motherfucking concepts and about black people when they were kids. They just spend time around us. Now they're policing our communities. Shooting our boys and girls in the streets. No weapons. I feared for my motherfucking life. We have black kids taught in this country to watch out for that white man. This is a teaching. Our people know what I'm saying. You can't trust them. Look at their history against us. Look what they've done to us. This is teaching I got from my daddy, my uncle, my granddaddy. You got it. And at the same time, white folk teaching their kids that we can't be trusted, right? Don't trust that nigga over there. Watch your sister when you're around them. Meanwhile, our grandkids are partying together, hanging out together, trying to prove us wrong. But the fringes in this nation continue to do the same type of bullshit that happened in Buffalo, right? Happened down in Carolina, right? White kid goes into there, prays with a bunch of black folk. That's the most treacherous and diabolical of all crimes. Prayed with him for 2 hours. Read the good book. And then when they finished, he turned around and shot him. When he left, the police arrested him. This is that black and blue issue now. And bought him fucking Burger King before they took him to jail. I promise you ain't never gonna find a black man tell you that he got taken out for dinner by the police that arrested him. January the 6th. They climbing over the goddamn walls at the state capitol. What the fuck y'all think that was? We have Republicans that will not address those crimes. Do you think they think like that if we had 5,000 black men climbing them fucking walls? We'd all be branded as traitors. The Republican Party, I hate to say it, is the scariest group of people on this planet for black people. That white man 45 to 70 is scary to us. For you to be in a building that gets attacked by people who want to overthrow an election, and then you come out and don't want to prosecute those people, means that you think that they were right the whole time. The whole time. So the shooting on my birthday is just a microcosm of what the fuck has been going on around this country. They just shot out there in California at a church. We have a problem, brothers and sisters. And until we decide collectively that race is going to be the number one issue going forward, dealing with the real issues of race in the past, not that superficial shit. This is superficial. Yeah, I put it like this. There are many white folk that think that slavery was a bad work program. Yeah, we worked them niggas for free. Didn't work out. But that's over. Everybody's even. You cannot stab me in the back with a 12-inch dagger, pull the fucking thing out 6 inches, and then tell me we all right. You got to pull it out. You got to balm the wound. You got to care for me while I'm down. You got to help me build myself back up. Then you say, brother, how can I help you? You can't stab me in the back for 400 fucking years and say, well, we're not going to do that shit no more. It's all even. Because it ain't. You had a 400-year head start. We don't want to deal with race. And there's just a small group of super rich motherfuckers that want us to fight. They want us fighting in the streets so they can eat off this land and off this world. How is there homelessness when you can take every citizen on this planet and they can stand shoulder to shoulder in Los Angeles County? How do we have homeless? How do we have one motherfucker own all the land and people living under bridges and shit? We don't want to deal with the real stuff. Well, that's his. He inherited. Fuck that shit. Take it. He don't need all that motherfucking land. Nobody needs to live like that. I ain't saying break him, not make him rich. I'm saying he don't need all that fucking land. One man controlling every fucking thing. And this is happening all over the world. But we don't want to deal with the realities. And that is if you look like me, you think like me, you are like me. And them motherfuckers over there, they don't think like us, so they the enemy. I'm beginning to really believe the only time that we're going to be able to deal with race is when the spaceship of fucking Martians land here. Then we're going to say, what the fuck? And then we're going to start fighting together. But this is, listen to me when I say this because this is real. Our white brothers have to step to the goddamn plate. Okay? Your great-granddaddies did that shit in this country. It's the truth. Many of you are living on the land that they fucking had our people working on. So you're living good, although you say, I had nothing to do with it. You benefit from it. Until our white brothers step up to the plate and say, okay, all right, we got to really fix this. And I ain't talking about the ones the radical left. I'm talking about our conservative white brothers who think that everything is fair in this country until it goes against them. For years I heard, pull yourself up by young boots. This is the right, this is the Republican Party's, this is their pitch. Family first. Pull yourself up by, this is the greatest country in the world. Now them same son bitches are attacking the goddamn Constitution, climbing over the walls, shooting black folk for no goddamn reason. And why is it that every one of these killers is a conservative? Y'all starting to see what I'm saying? From now on my birthday, I'm going to be thinking about them people that got shot in Buffalo. We really have to think about how to love someone. And love people because it's the right thing to do. And we ain't going to be able to do that by ourselves. And if we don't, as a nation, have a real conversation about race and the violence and the violent people it produces, it's going to get worse. In the state of Georgia, Governor Kemp has made it legal for anybody to walk around with a fucking firearm. Had he pulled that shit in a black grocery store in Georgia, they'd have lit his ass up. Is that what y'all want? They called it the Wild Wild West for a reason. And Georgia is now officially the Wild Wild West. Now you got the Wild Wild West with a race issue. This state's a powder keg, man. And May 14th, I pray that don't happen here. Because guns and bullets are going to fly everywhere. Grand Rising, family. Grand Rising.